Welcome to the second episode of Dealer Insights, and today we have a special treat for you. By the way, my name is Joe Snyder. I'm the Dealer Marketing and Training Manager with Freightliner Custom Chassis, and what we want to do is bring you more insight into the RV industry. And today, while it's not necessarily a dealer, it's somebody who's done a lot of business with dealers. We have Tommy Townsend and his wife Bonnie Townsend, and also Jeff Sather, the CEO and President of Freightliner Custom Chassis. Welcome.
Thank you.
Or I should say thank you for welcoming me into your coach.
Great to be an opportunity to have this meeting.
Yeah. So we are here at the Las Vegas. What happens in Vegas? AIM Rally. Correct?
Well, that's not really true with AIM.
No?
Okay. No, because everything we do goes on Facebook or Twitter, and everybody in the world knows about how much fun we're having.
Oh,
so that doesn't stay in Vegas.
That's great. That is great. So, as you are the president of AIM.
Yes.
And we're excited to begin this engaging conversation with you. And we've been building this relationship over time with Freightliner Custom Chassis. What would you say is different about AIM?
AIM has such a great financial backing, so that I like to say we have a yellow brick road that we get to walk down and somebody paves it for us. Mm-hmm. And so anytime that we have a rally or a get together, no matter where it's at, we have everything.
So what would you say the mission of AIM is?
Mission of AIM is have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just have a good time. In the past I used to say we're going to have a good time no matter who's got to suffer. But now my new one is no adults allowed.
No adults allowed.
At our age, we don't want any adults.
What does AIM stand for?
It stands for All Inclusive Motorhome Club. The All Inclusive Motorhomes. It doesn't matter what brand you drive. It can be a B, C, or an A. It just has to have a motor in it and a kitchen and a bathroom. So then you are totally welcome to our group. And we don't have very many B's and C's that attend. Mm-hmm. I think it's mostly because most of the C's are families. While we would love to include families, it's kind of not children oriented. Mm-hmm. Because we like to be the children. For instance, in Louisiana this year, we actually rented the Cajun Fast Track. Whole facility. It's like a Dave & Buster's, if you know what Dave & Buster's is. Mm-hmm. And we got to be the kids, and we didn't have to compete with, they know how to do all that stuff, and we don't. But we got to compete with each other. We got to go on the race car, the go-karts, the bumper cars, all that kind of stuff.
Are there some unique benefits to AIM that you offer?
The benefits basically are the fun we have and somebody pays us to party. Uh-huh. And the other is we get discounts on everything that we do at National Indoor RV Centers. We get big discounts on that, depending on whether you're a 1-year membership or a lifetime membership. Depends on what percentage you get towards your service work done that you get off. So that's a big. Main thing is though is just meeting friends, having a good time, and lots of food, lots of entertainment, lots of food.
So I feel like I already know the answer to this question, but how do you feel like AIM enhances and improves the ownership experience for their members?
Oh my goodness.
I think it takes us to all kinds of different locations. Vegas is completely different than when this summer we were in Granby, Colorado. We're just experiencing completely different things everywhere we go. And our event coordinator, together with Chuck, Heather Smith and Chuck Lasley, go and preview things that we're going to do. They make sure that we have nothing but fun events the entire time we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll AIM next year. We'll start off in Tampa, then we'll go out to Tucson, Arizona, then we'll come back to Branson, Missouri, and then we'll go up to Angel Fire, New Mexico, and
we're going to go to California before we go to Tucson.
That's right. Yep. I forgot about that. Yeah, before we go to Tucson, we go to San Diego, and then we go into Tucson from San Diego. And then before Tampa in January, we go to Margaritaville and have a rally there, and then go to Tampa. So
you take this having fun very seriously, I can see.
yeah,
Yes,
it's just we need to go home for vacation once in a while.
So Jeff, talk about Freightliner Custom Chassis strategy and vision when it comes to partnering and engaging with AIM.
Yeah, so we're proud to be a sponsor of AIM, and the reason being is that we are at FCCC, we're really 3 steps removed from the end customer. So we sell to an RV OEM who then sells to a dealer who then sells to the end customer. So by being a sponsor here of AIM, it really allows us to really connect with the customers like Tommy and Bonnie. They're happy to invite me into their home here, and I get a chance to get to know them. I get to see how they use their product and our product. I get to hear about what are their challenges and what makes their life easy from a product standpoint and what we can do better. So being part of AIM and sponsoring AIM is a real benefit for us because we get to see and hear directly from the end customers who use our products.
We may have just answered this question, but we know how important it is for customer experience and FCCC. How does working with clubs like AIM shape that experience?
Well, yeah, as I said, it allows us to take their feedback and understand how they use the product, and for us then as a company to be better. Right, we're about the service experience and making sure that our customers have support for the life of that vehicle. So if they buy an FCCC product and they want to get support and they break down alongside the road in the middle of the night, in some obscure place in the country, and they need help, we're just a phone call away. And so that's for the life of the product, not just for the warranty period. And so it's really taking the feedback from folks like Bonnie and Tommy and bringing that back and figuring out what can we do to make their life easier so they can fulfill their dreams. And that's really what it's about for us. It's about being that partner, providing that service for them.
That voice of the customer, what we hear from you all, and really can take it back to engineering and marketing and build something fresh and new.
We really enjoy the fact that you guys come and you bring your technical services with you to teach us more about our coaches. We can send questions to y'all and say, hey, I saw on the pump it said biodiesel is 20%. Is that too much? Should I look for something else? What kind of additives should I put? And you guys come to the rallies and show this all to us. So we really like that with Freightliner coming out and helping us.
Tom, go ahead.
The AIM rallies, we're all about fun, but we also have a lot of learning technical sessions. At least 2 or 3 at every rally. All of our rallies are 4 nights, 5 days, and at least 3 technical sessions during that time. We'll have information on our chassis. We'll have information on our aqua hots, our newest thing that we've added as a technical session is an internet system in your coach, so that you don't have to depend anymore on Dish TV and Direct TV. We can stream everything, and they give us a learning session of how to do that, and provide where we can actually buy that through the manufacturer of this product.
And we're always very happy because the things like our retro bands that we have on the front end, if we have a tire failure or a fire, which we don't even want to talk about, that is the Protane that we have. And the big technical session on that this time around was really, really helpful.
And another thing that we have, and this isn't technical, but we have SkyMed, who gives us options for insurance. You know, your health insurance provides a lot, but it's not 100% of if he has a heart attack somewhere and he needs to be transported home. Your health insurance doesn't pay for that.
Right.
So through this company, SkyMed, who's one of our sponsors, they do a technical session at our events also that show us what their product is, and we have the option if we want to do that.
It's great to have that peace of mind when you're in different parts of the country where there may not be much around.
You know,
Yes, yes. So the first time that SkyMed came to one of our AIM Club rallies, Tommy and I were getting ready to take our teenage granddaughters on a European trip. And we were told that with SkyMed, because the kids were with us, they were covered.
Wow.
Nobody else that I know of does that. If they were to have an accident while we were in Europe, if they were not transportable home, then SkyMed would transport their parents to us. So things like that, you don't learn that other than at places like these club meetings, these club events that we have. So we try to be not only fun, and believe me, we have fun, we eat a lot of food, but we also try to provide learning sessions. We try to provide, we try to include sponsors that can do something for our age group. Most of our members are
senior citizens.
senior citizens.
Yes.
65 plus. When I'm trying to get people at a rally and things aren't going real smooth, my comment to all of the girls that are helping me with sign-ins is we have kindergartners with 65 plus years of experience.
Yeah.
So they know how to they know how to get around all the rules.
It's just fantastic to have all the support that we have, whether it be National Indoor, Freightliner, and thank you guys so much for what y'all do, and all the other supports we have, insurance companies, the SkyMed, and I can't even name them all. I hate to say anything because I always forget to say somebody's name. But
Our tire company.
yeah, tire company, yeah, thank you.
Well, when I think of AIM and the all-inclusive club that you have, motorhome club,
Yes.
it's refreshing to see. It's very inclusive,
Yes.
right?
It
You
is
know, you
very
see so
inclusive.
many clubs out there where it seems like, I have this coach, so I have to be with this group, and your group is saying no.
No.
We want everyone to be a part of the group. Come have fun with us. Come learn with us, and it's refreshing. So really.
And Joe, that's one of the main reasons why FCCC is a sponsor for AIM, is because it does include all brands, all makes. Anybody who wants to participate can. So you can look out these windows here, and you can see a Tiffin here, and you can see a Newmar there, and a Forest River, and a Coachman, and an Integra. You can see all the brands really represented here, and that's really nice, because then you get different perspectives, and people can mingle, they can compare coaches, they can talk to one another, and it really brings out a club that is really not necessarily based on a brand, but it's based on the industry, and where is the industry going, and how do they share and have fun together and make it better.
That lifestyle.
Yeah, it's about the lifestyle. It's about living the dream, and it's across all brands, and that's why we, at least certainly FCCC, really enjoy being a sponsor for AIM, because it's for everybody.
Yep.
And he didn't even mention the fact that all the different chassis, even though you guys sponsor us.
That's
in the
true.
Tech Talks, it doesn't make any difference which chassis you have.
Right.
It's all the same. That was.
Yes.
It's somebody cranking up a motorcycle, I guess.
So it's been a very eventful last year and a half, 2 years. Where do you see the future of the industry heading?
Right now, I just see us having more fun. The only problem we're having is that the club is growing. We're getting more and more members, and it's harder and harder to get into the rally with us because we have so many members. We try to make sure that we help any new member get in as much as possible, and but we are limited to whatever the RV park will allow for us to have. We have started having some back-to-backs, and that's worked out real well. So we'll have one rally, and then it'll end, and a day in between we'll start another one at the same place. And we try to do the same thing, but so far it's been different. Like Bonnie was talking about Granby. I mean, we did whitewater rafting, we did horseback riding, and we did side-by-sides. myself, if we go back, I'm going to do 3 days of side-by-sides. That was the most fun I've ever had.
Is that like the Razor vehicles or the
Okay,
off-road?
Yeah. Oh,
And they had a GPS on each one of the side-by-sides had a GPS, and they programmed in the start point, and they had all of these little lines going through the mountains and all and just come back to this point in, I don't know, what was
2
it,
hours.
3 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. You could do more, but that was what we did. For
It
everybody.
was a blast.
Yes, so
You weren't
that's
we had a couple of side-by-side adventures before, but they were
Follow
tour
me.
guide led.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so this was totally different and was wonderful.
So do you see AIM playing a role in how the industry evolves as we move forward?
Oh, I definitely do, especially with the support group that we have. I think that it will change the way people, especially purchase their RVs and what they know. They get to know more about what goes on behind the scene in making our coaches and making them happen, and realize that you don't have to have all these problems if you'll just know. You'll just be educated. That's the best word for it. Be educated in what your choices are.
When the best thing, when you come to an AIM rally, you can talk to all of these different brands that Jeff mentioned. They really are here. We even have some Prevos, so you can talk to an owner of almost any kind of coach that there is, and you can decide. You can eliminate some, or you can develop your interest and talk more and more to different owners and then find a dealer. National Indoor is a big sponsor of our club, but you do not have to have purchased your vehicle from them. That's not the purpose of this club. You can buy one if you want to through National Indoor, but it's not a requirement.
Right.
And there's not many other dealerships that would sponsor a club that says, well, you didn't have to buy from us.
And you don't have to have a Freightliner chassis, just even though they're our platinum sponsor. It's great.
So, Jeff, how do you see our FCCC's relationship with AIM evolving down the road?
Well, I think first and foremost, our relationship with AIM has been a really successful one. As I mentioned earlier, we really do cherish that customer feedback and the ability to hear from the customer, the end user of our product. And like I mentioned, it's also not just a product, it's not a particular brand, it's all brands. And so as we hear and get the feedback from the customers, that really kind of allows us as a manufacturer to understand what does a customer want in their coach in the future. I remember Tommy a few AIM rallies ago sitting down and showing me how does he use his display and how does he use the B panel that he's got there. And that feedback, it allows us to take that back into our engineering department and turn it into the product of the future, the next generation, things that we are literally working on from feedback from like yourself, Tommy, and others that we've got here at AIM. So I think allowing the voice of the customer helps set the stage for the future. And then of course we bring in the technology and the stuff that we can bring from Daimler Trucks North America and bring that into the coaches as well. So it's really a nice mix of what does the customer want and what do we know that's out there from a technology standpoint, and bringing those two things together. It's just hugely successful and very critical for us as a company to keep in touch with the customers.
In closing on my part, I want to say that in Vegas, we were very fortunate in that we had Newmar here, we had American Coach here, and we had Integra. And they sent people in to give talk on it this afternoon. It was great having the three of them up there together to bump heads and tell us what's going on in the world. And we covered everything from deaf heads to electric RVs, and so it was a great technical session between the three RV suppliers. And
I can say, from a marketing standpoint, we always want to be looking not just inwardly into Freightliner owners, but we want to look, across the board and really find out where the industry's headed. If you look at even our marketing Facebook page, it's not really a Freightliner page. it's really about the lifestyle. And this
Yes.
club is really highlighting the lifestyle in a way that's refreshing. People are actively enjoying the everything that the location has to offer, not just staying in a campground and saying we were there. So, you know, from us to you, you know, keep up the good work, and anything we can continue to support you. I know that's what Jeff's getting behind, and that's what all of Freightliner Custom Chassis is getting behind. So, well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Dealer Insight with AIM Club and Jeff Sather, and we look forward to seeing you somewhere down the road.